we go.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, sorry.
Hello
what's this thing
and
called?
welcome. This thing is called Change Your Life with Body. Oh, Google Hangout.
Hang out, Virgin. I didn't know what happened when we went live, so I was wrong. Sorry.
I finally get to break your virginity.
You doll.
Oh, it's not relationships. We're doing bodies today. I suppose it's a sort of body thing, breaking virginity.
Just have that till next week, eh?
Next month.
Next month.
Next month is Change Your Life and Relationships. Anyway, he's Glenn.
I'm Glenn.
And I'm Michelle.
Yes.
As
Yes,
per what it says down here.
Because it's backwards from what we can see, you see, so you see it's different to us.
Yes. We could turn it around the other way, but then I'm on that side and you're on that side. Really confusing.
Yes, but it's okay.
All right, cool.
So, we are talking about bodies tonight.
Bodies.
Change your life with bodies. Why do we talk about bodies? Well, because most people have one.
Why do we say most people? Because there's probably some people listening in that don't currently have a body. So.
Or that don't want to acknowledge that they have a body. That's
probably the higher percentage of them.
Yes.
So welcome everybody with and without bodies to this class called Change Your Life and Body, and it's part of the Change Your Life series. Glenn and I are both Access Consciousness facilitators, and if you want to know more about Access Consciousness or the clearing statement that we're going to use throughout tonight, because it is night time here in New Zealand.
4 minutes past 7 nonetheless.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
And it's dark. Yeah. Helpful at night.
Nearly winter.
Coming into winter. Yep, getting cold outside during the night. Light the fire, all that sort of stuff. Although
time to cuddle up.
Bodies like to cuddle.
Bodies like to cuddle. Anyway, we're here, and we would love to invite your questions. If you are on the line in Podland, on the internet, on the Google Hangout, on the phone, wherever you might be, we would love to hear from you.
Look at that, us. There's been this interesting shot where it's like...
Hopefully that's not the picture that Google will put on our YouTube.
Probably will be.
Starting thing. That'd
Probably
be funny.
will be.
So anyway, if you're on the Google Hangout, please ask the questions in the sidebar. If you're on the phone, yell out, say hi, and we would love to hear any questions that you have. So...
And if you haven't bothered to sign in live, what's that?
And if you've got any questions, you can always have a private session with us.
Yes. So we are here in our capacities as... This is really... I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to them, aren't I? So we're not talking to each other. I'm talking to them.
Depends. You could talk to me.
So we're here to be, like, awesome, absolutely amazing, balls even, Access Consciousness facilitators. And this is supposed to be an introduction to Access Consciousness, so I suppose the first thing we could start with, just as a possibility about, maybe we could, is what the fantasticism is Access Consciousness. Do you want to say anything, or should I just rabbit on?
You can carry on rabbiting, because I love listening to your voice. It's part of your body that I really love. One of the many parts.
Yes. So Access Consciousness is a set of tools, techniques, processes, created with Access founder Gary Douglas, who's a pretty cool kind of guy, actually. And his co-creator is now Dr. Dan here, and he's pretty cool too. Really meet them someday, they're kind of cool guys. And it's basically a way of...
New Zealand.
Come to New Zealand even. Oh, yeah, that'd be good for all us people that live in New Zealand.
Yeah.
You don't live here. Sucks to be you. And basically, it's like... So I do construction, concrete type stuff at the moment. It's part of what I do. And it's like Access is a set of tools that you can apply to do anything. Like I can use a hammer to hammer in a nail, or a screw, or a finger. Done that a few times. But it's a set of tools. So you can use these to apply to whatever you like to apply them to. So in this case, we're going to apply it to bodies. What's the last one we did? Money?
Money.
Yep, you're going to apply it to money. Next week, we're going to look at how you can apply these same tools to relationships. Month. Why am I saying next week? Next week, we're going to be doing something different.
Yes.
Not this. Anyway. So basically, access is about as good as you are at using the tools.
The tools are phenomenal.
Yes,
but whether you use them or not, whether you actually wish to choose to change, that's up to you.
Yeah.
Because it's just like any toolbox. If you have a hammer and a saw and crowbar and all the other cool tools in a toolbox, and they sit in the garage and never get used, you're never going to build a house. So
no, and if you're going to build a house, you might want a nail gun in there too.
Nail guns are fun.
They are fun. Or it's like having. We've got some really cool electric power tools for bending steel and tying steel up and all this sort of stuff before we cover it in concrete and never see it again, even though it's beautiful stuff. But they're no good if you don't plug them in to a power source. True story.
So,
very heavy. It's good for stopping plans blowing away in the wind.
Okay.
So it's really good to have on the shelf to like show people, hey, look, I've done this stuff with Access. But if you don't actually apply the tools into your own life and do something with them yourself, then it's a bit pointless. So
I agree. One question I've got, Glenn, is why would anyone want to change their life or body?
Bugger if I know.
So some of you who are watching this, because Glenn's just got an awesome body and it's really yummy and fun to play with. Some of you on the call, watching the video, wherever you are in the world, may not have that point of view.
About your body.
About your body.
You probably got that about my body, You know what I'm saying.
I love you.
Yeah, by the way, in case you didn't get the whole thing, Glenn and Michelle Edhouse. Are we married and stuff, So
it's, yeah. Anyway. And this thing I'm holding here is our phone, because we're actually doing this live on the phone system as well as the computer system, just as a backup. And, if you want to call in and actually ask your voice question rather than written question, you can do that too. Anyway.
It's funny because we can't actually hear you. It's on speakerphone, yeah, we'll hear you.
We'll hear them.
Hello? Hello?
So that's why I'm waving this thing around, by the way. It's not just to shove up his nose.
No.
So some of you have come on this because you've actually got stuff going on with your body that you don't like, you're not finding fun, you're not finding joyful, and we're talking about having fun and playing with bodies and enjoying each other's body, and you're going, weirdos, what planet are they from? And if you hear any noises in the background, those are the little bodies that contain our massive beings of our two suns. So,
yeah.
Now they know we had sex twice.
Yes. Or if you did.
What's funny about that is when our first son was born, somebody said it looked like Glenn's younger brother. And when our second son was born, somebody said that it looked like Glenn's older brother. And they wanted to know when I was going to have Glenn's baby. So that's the funny side of that.
And the other funny side to that is that, let's face it, if you're a bloke, there's no guarantee of where that baby's come from. If you think about it. You know where it's come from, technically. But who the sperm donor was, no guarantees.
Would you like a DNA test?
I don't really care, actually. Scott and Troy were okay as brothers. I mean, the boys are doing fine as sons. Yeah, maybe one day I'll have my own kids.
Oh, that's so cute.
But yeah, it's just an interesting. I pointed this out to one of the guys that I work with, and he went, "But woo!" And you can sort of see the smoke start to come out of his ears and go, "Yeah, but what does that mean?" I mean, absolutely nothing. I just thought it was really funny, actually. Yes.
So.
Not bodies.
Bodies. So some of you have come on, like you don't like your body, or you've got some health issues going on, or some weight issues, or some abuse issues that are stuck in your body, or there's all sorts of things going on this planet about bodies. And I definitely have never started out perfect, and I've been using these tools for the last 6 years, still changing stuff. Just in the last 2 months, where are we, April?
Ish.
Yep. 2.5 months, I've been losing weight.
And not finding it again.
That's the cool thing. Whee! Bye-bye. So if anyone's interested in that, we've got a couple of products on accessotherpossibilities.com. One of them is called the Lighter Body Clearing Loop, and that's what I've been using to shift those pounds and kilos that have been hanging around for too long.
Yeah, we have to say pounds as well, because some people are in America.
Actually, there's quite a few people from America.
And we're not actually sure if they know that kilograms exist. They're a bit behind the times in the big US of A in that regard.
Mm.
Right up there with other things.
I like kilos because you have less of them.
Yeah. They also take longer to move.
That's an interesting point of view.
That's where we go decimal, like point something.
Point something.
Yeah, it's easier to lose
so there you go. Point kilo.
It's easier to lose 0.1 of a kilo than it is to lose a pound.
Good point.
See? Another point. So, let's start with something really basic. So, one of the things we talk about with Access is that you are probably a lot more aware than you've ever been told that you are capable of being.
What's aware mean, Glenn?
Aware. Well, you know how people talk about being psychic and picking up thoughts from other people's heads and all this sort of stuff?
Or knowing when the phone's going to ring.
You want pizza for dinner.
Putting thoughts in people's heads, that's the fun part.
The whole psychic, more than just beyond, talking to ghosts, psychic. Well, this is one of the weirdest things that took me a bit to get, but you're actually far more aware, psychically aware. I don't like the word psychic, but just aware works better, of the world around you than you'd really ever been told you could possibly be. To the point where 95% of all thoughts, feelings and emotions that are in your head are not actually yours.
One of the things that I managed to get my head around being aware and what this whole psychic thing was about is everything is energy. And having an awareness of energy means that you can actually be aware of everything just by being willing to be aware of it. And so it's being aware of the energy of the signal coming down the phone line and knowing the phone's going to ring. That's energy. Being willing to be aware that somebody's thinking of you and picking up the phone to ring you, so when they ring, you know who's ringing, that's being aware of energy.
Yep.
And I'm sure none of you have ever done that before. We're just weirdos that are so special. And,
or walking into a room and knowing that somebody in there is angry.
I had that today.
Not often anymore, thankfully.
I had that today, actually. Picked Aiden up from school. He's our eldest, and he was just a grumpy little shit. But before he even got to the car, never mind I saw his face, I knew that there was something weird. It took a while for him to actually open up and say, Mum had a crap day. But I knew that there was something weird, and that is being aware of energy. And we're all aware of energy, and we're all aware of, as Glenn said, other people's thoughts, feelings, and emotions. What we do with that awareness is what creates the stuff on our bodies.
Yep.
So, what are you saying?
I'm just watching what you're doing. I know what you're up to. That's okay.
I'm just checking out what's going on our phone line. That's
all. A lot. Yeah, it hasn't get any better than that. Okay, so who does this belong to? So for every thought, feeling, or emotion that you have, you can ask this real simple question. Who does that belong to?
What
it's like finding a stray cat. Who does this belong to? It's not mine. So
but that's the thing. You say finding a stray cat. When you see a stray cat, you know it's not yours.
Yes.
But with thoughts, feelings, and emotions, because we've never been taught that we're aware of other people's stuff, then we don't know to ask, who does that belong to?
Absolutely. So, like, because that is what got me to start off with. It's like, well, what do you mean I can pick up other people? It's like you're being a radio receiver. You're just sitting there receiving everything, receiving everything, without ever being told that you are, or that you even have that as a possibility. So when you have a thought go through your head like, I really need to lose some weight, or for a start off, is that actually your thought or not, or is that somebody else's? Because the funniest thing we found with this is it could be your next door neighbour, it could be someone down the street, it could be someone in the same city, it could be someone around the world, it could be someone who's really weird that you don't even know from this lifetime, or is dead, or other lifetimes, or whatever. I mean, this is one of the cool things I like about Access is who cares where it comes from. If that's what actually creates the change for you, then why wouldn't you use that tool? Like,
so, Glenn, okay, so ask the question, who does this belong to? But how do you know who it belongs to, whether it's yours or someone else's or something else's?
Well, surely you should know. You're a certified facilitator. Anyway. So what happens, you ask this question, you have this thought, feeling, or emotion like, oh, I'm really tired, or oh, blah, blah, or they tend to be type things normally. Sometimes they don't.
Even the good thoughts, feelings, and emotions most often aren't yours either.
No. It's, and so you ask the question of who does this belong to, and if it lightens up at all, the energy changes and gets, when you're having a bad day and everything seems like it's like, oh, just really heavy. Or when you're having a great day and you go, bounce, as if you're like walking the snow off the ground. Well, that's the difference between light and heavy for you. So if your world gets lighter when you ask the question, then it does not belong to you. And you can simply go,
return to sender. Not my point of view. You're supposed to join me on the chorus lines.
We should have rehearsed that. So who does this belong to? And if it lines up, it's not yours, return it to sender. And you can return it to sender with consciousness attached if you so wish. But
can I tell that bit? Why would you?
Sure.
Next question. Why would you return it to sender with consciousness attached?
Yes, why would you?
The cool thing about returning it to sender with consciousness is it returns it to wherever it came from, and not just the person you got it from, but the person that they got it from, and they got it from, and they got it from, and they got it from. And you ever seen one of those family trees? They kind of get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger as they spread out from you. The further away they get from you. It's the same with these thoughts. Like
all those millions of people that lived before, and you're the product of evolution. Great argument for creationism, actually. Well, hang on. Supreme being created the whole world and everything that led to you. Great argument for evolution. Anyway.
No right or wrong here, Glenn. So, returning it to sender, it goes back and it gives the consciousness to all those beings that have ever had that thought, feeling, or emotion. And it gives them the awareness that if they would like to change it, they can. So say, for example, you're driving down the freeway and you perceive somebody else in some other car with this road rage.
Driving slow, it's probably
I'm going
me.
to kill them.
What do you mean you're driving
it.
15 kilometres below the speed limit with no traffic in front of you? Get out of my way.
I mean, how many of you have been driving along, tunes playing, having fun, and then all of a sudden, it's because you've come across this dude in the next car that, crunchy bits, that has just, is having a bad day, and you've perceived it in your world. Now, if you know to ask the question, who does that belong to, then you can be aware of, and some of us function from that naturally anyway. They're just like, wow, somebody's in a shit.
But the cool thing about that is that you don't have to buy it as yours.
Yes.
And you don't have to make it real in your life.
And by returning it to sender with consciousness, it gives them all the awareness that it wasn't theirs in the first place either. Or if it was theirs, how they can change it, or that they can change it. Because so many of us go, I'm feeling sad, and then they go, can't change that. Oh, I look funny when I do that. Look at that.
You do.
Anyway, bodies are fun to play with. So, return to center with consciousness attached.
Yeah.
And play with it.
And also, isn't that the whole point of Access? It's like to actually have things going on for you. It's not about having a perfect life, but it's okay. Here's what's happening for me. Here's what I want to change, and actually having the tools to change it, rather than going, I feel awesome, and the same stuff's back again.
Yes, and it is having those tools that you can use no matter what comes up. You know, Access with Consciousness mantra is all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory, and that's all of life. The good, the bad, the ugly, the shit, the fun, the yummy. But it's having the tools to know how to deal with it when it shows up, and that allows you to have the ease and the joy and the glory, rather than I only have a perfect life and nothing else shows up.
Yeah.
It's, oh, no, someone died, or oh, no, my son just shoved this big inch-long piece of stick right up inside his toe. What's it going to take for this to be ease? So, yeah. So, okay, so there's another side of the who does it belong to tool. And we were talking about this just before, weren't we?
Yes.
And there's three places that thought, feeling, or emotion can come from, especially with the body. So, okay, what I want you to do now, and you don't have to, but if you've got a sensation, a pain, an intensity, something that's going on in your body that you're aware of, just have a look at it and ask energetically, who does this belong to? You, someone else, or something else? For those of you on the phone that can't see Glenn right now, he's doing his wiggly worms with his eyebrows, which he's very, very good at. Because he's looking at himself in the computer and
I'm actually watching your expression to see if you notice. You're being so like, like,
As you can see, active consciousness is all about significance.
And making sure everything's
and making sure everything's serious and
How much of your life would you actually change if you could actually look at it and just say, it's just funny? Oh, this thing happened today. It was really funny, actually. I'm not going to do that again.
Well, there's something there. Don't stand on a phoenix palm bush.
He didn't stand on it. He kicked it.
Well, okay.
And I went out to find the bit that he kicked afterwards, and do you think I could find it? It took me like 2 minutes of searching. And given that I had to search like 40 square feet.
Wow, you're turning into American.
No, I just did that to mess with people. It was about a square metre. It was not much. It was not a big area. And I had to search for this darn piece of spiky stuff. Yeah, it was kind of fun, actually. But, oh, well, you found that with your toe? You're amazing, too.
He is amazing.
He is, actually.
Anyway.
So, in that case, who does this belong to?
Who does this belong to? Your pain.
Yeah.
So your body's pain, who does it belong to? Yours, someone else's, or something else's? And which one does it lighten up on? So if it was someone else's, we've already talked about that, return to stand up with consciousness. Now, what if it's something else's? Now, that's a bit weird. Is it the cat? Is it the dog? Is it, is that the sort of thing that we're talking about? Well, what you'll find is 99.9% of the time, it is actually the planet. You are also aware of the planet. Not just other people, but the planet.
This big thing we sit on and, ultimately,
Planet Earth.
Yeah. The big spaceship we're all riding on through space. So, let's just do everything we can to destroy this little spaceship because we can certainly get another one, can't we? Probably not, actually. Anyway. So, if the planet's like, quite often, if you have something that the planet would like you to contribute to it, it will do it the only way which it seems to get anyone's attention these days is by causing a bit of pain for you, because you've probably never been told that you can actually contribute anything to this planet that we live on, and you can actually. And guess what that looks like? It goes, okay, planet, everything you desire and require from me, have it. And you just do. It's really hard.
And if you really want to get really technical about it and have a process to do, which you don't require, but if you want to, you can just gather all the energy that the Earth requires and just gather more and more and more of it, and on 3, throw it like a lightning bolt at the planet. Should we try it? Should we see if it changes anything?
Let's see if it actually makes a lightning bolt.
So, somewhere on the planet, I'm sure it will.
Oh, no, you're just getting all massively significant. No, it's not.
And if there's 4 of us doing it at one time, we might kill 4 fish. Have you guys seen that picture?
That has a rude word in it. We can't talk about that.
You don't need that rude word. And who said we can't say rude words?
It's true. But there's this picture that Michelle's talking about. It's of somewhere with skyscrapers and ocean and stuff. And there's 6 lightning bolts hitting the water. And it's, God, fuck these 6 fish in particular. I'll say, fish.
Fish for the days. Look around. Enjoy your meal.
Random red dwarf quote. So on the count of 3, just gather all the energy up that you can.
Especially those of you that have an intensity in your body that is, that read that it was lighter on something else. Gather all the energy that your body can contribute to the planet around that, and let's go for gold. 1, 2, 3.
And Cindy did the same, so I want to throw the phone.
Oh, I'm happy about that. What things aren't saying?
Spanish.
Okay.
Wow.
Hello, Martin. Welcome.
Cool.
We don't speak Spanish.
But you're most welcome to
I'm
write
not
in English.
Sure. But if you've got a question in English, please do.
Yeah.
Cool. So, what else? So that's, who does this belong to? That is a really cool tool, and if you wish to be out of pain or change, there's people that have used this for eating. Thanks for the prompt, Darl.
You're welcome, Darl.
There's people that have lost huge amounts of weight just by asking this question: who does this belong to? For every time they ever wish to eat something, there's a thought of, oh God, I'd love to have a donut right now. Who does that belong to? Oh, it's not mine.
And in their words, they were eating donuts for the entire office.
So, who or what are you eating for if you have a weight excess? That if you were to ask this question, could allow that to dissipate.
Yeah.
Well, that's all fluffy words, isn't it?
But if you're not eating if you're eating when you're not hungry, then what's your body going to do with the food?
And it's even, as they're saying, intensities in your body, hunger is an intensity in the body. And so that leads me on to asking, okay, so who does this belong to? Okay, it's mine. And so if you, so you've got this response, it's lighter that it's mine. Okay, so body, what is this? Now, if you ask that question with absolutely no point of view about what that intensity actually is, then you might find out that you're thirsty. Or as my body often does, I'm hungry. And I'm like, who does this belong to? Okay, it's mine, right? Okay, so body, what is this? I would like to move. Get out of this chair. Let me move.
Hola, Argentina! Yay!
Hello out there. So asking your body, what is this, could actually give you some surprising answers if you actually have no point of view about what it is. if you have the point of view that this pain in the stomach is actually hungry, then can you tell that it's actually thirsty, or that it's telling you that you need to get out of your chair and move, or, in fact, most of the time I'm hungry it's because I need to get out of my chair and move because I don't have a fridge right next to my chair, unfortunately. It would be useful, but it's a good excuse for me to get out of my chair every couple of hours.
Yeah, maybe your body likes to move more than you move it.
My body does like to move.
That's why we go dancing, dancing. So here's another interesting idea that we talk about with access. Your body has its own point of view. Like,
can I finish the question?
What is this? Oh, that's what you're going down those, aren't you?
Oh, this is the 4 questions you can use to change anything.
Yes.
Not just your body.
Yes.
What is this?
1, what is this?
What do we do with it?
And 2.
Can we change it?
Yeah. Can I change it? And 4.
And if so,
Oof.
how do we change it? Now, asking those 4 questions for anything that's going on can actually, if you ask them without a point of view, and this is one of the big things, ask them without a point of view can allow you to just be aware of more than what you've judged is the correct answer.
Yes. That's a big conversation topic. But we won't go into that right now. Because we're not going to.
No.
We've done enough on that.
Quick taster. Okay, so what were you going to say?
Bodies. We're talking about bodies, aren't we?
Yeah.
Your body has its own point of view.
It does.
Your body has its own point of view. Okay, so like, you may have the point of view that you can sit in a chair all day long and not move, but if your body likes moving and your body likes moving, wouldn't it make more ease in your life if you actually did what your body asked every now and then? Like, maybe moved. And how many of us have got to that stage where we are so willing to override our body, like, because you're not a real man unless you can do a full day's work, or you're not a real man unless you can drink a dozen beer and still not fall over and hurt yourself or whatever. Or
you're not a real girl if you don't wear 6-inch heels and short skirts and low-cut tops. And
no, it might be right, though. But your body
have different point of views than women sometimes do.
Yes. So your body has its own point of view. So how about for things that relate to your body, like, body, what would you like to eat? How about you actually like have this conversation with your body? So you can actually do it like we are right here, saying, body, what would you like to eat? And then see what it says. It might not speak very much because you actually control the mouth. He's like, body, what would you like to eat? And I'm like this. Oh, yeah. So we talk about muscle testing in this regard. So, body, you like to eat something. And what you do is you stand with your little feetsies.
There's lots of ways to do muscle testing, but there's really also lots of ways to cheat on muscle testing. And this is a way that Gary's found, that most people can actually get a reading from their body without cheating. So if you want to try it, see if it works for you.
And yes, I mean, for me, my own personal experience has been that I started using this, and then I actually started, as I was willing to be more aware of what my body wanted, I would actually, the awareness would show up. So like, the whole light and heavy tool started applying more and more to this as well. But to start off with, you just hold feet together, knees a little bit bent but not squatting, just not dead, locked straight legs or anything like that. Hold the food in front of you and say, body, would you like to eat this? And if you move forward, it counts as a yes. If you go backwards, it counts as a no.
For most people.
What's
the really cool thing to do is to stand there in that position and ask, body, show me a yes.
Yeah, and if you go backwards, well, you're different. Different, strange.
Yeah.
Probably strange as well. We'll just assume that you're strange if you're different, because, everyone's different if they're strange.
And then body, show me a no.
And you probably go forwards if you're different and strange. Or backwards if you're not. So just ask your body.
This is where having a conversation with your body is actually important, because every person's body is different.
Yes, they're all the same like that. And they're all the same because they're all different. Yes.
was it Life of Brian? And everyone's, and somebody goes, we are all the same. And Guy goes, I'm not.
Yeah.
No, we are all unique. And he goes, I'm not. He's the only one out of the whole lot. Anyway,
Something like that, yes.
we are all different. And the way we communicate with our bodies is different. Some people are able to perceive the light and heavy by an intensity on the chest as being heavy and a light fuzziness in their head. Other people, it's just an... No, it's not just blondes that are light fuzzy in their heads.
I wasn't going to say anything about blondes.
I was trying to be polite.
Hey, think about it, yeah.
Anyway, so don't take from us what the actual way to perceive what your body is saying, because we might run out of battery.
Yes, we might.
Yes.
How about you grab that, and
Okay.
I'll grab the plug for the battery.
Okay.
And
there's a plug, PowerPoint over there.
There's one over here.
And hurry up. So, yes. Sorry about this, everybody. So, anyway, so right body for you. Now that you've got no picture of us at all, but we do have battery. So there's a very, very cool class called Right Body for You. And I've just had the honour of being in Houston, Texas, for Danielle Carter's Right Body for You, followed by Gary Douglas and Danielle Carter doing Advanced Right Body for You, and wow, amazing, phenomenal. Don't do it, it'll change your life. Anyway, so talk to your body, ask your body,
Everything that relates to your body.
Everything that relates to your body. And by the way, it's your body that has sex, it's your body that does movement, it's your body that eats and drinks, and if you're willing to listen, you might be surprised at what it likes and what it doesn't like.
Yeah, the first time I heard about this whole Ask Your Body thing, I was at an ESB class in Auckland a few years ago now with Dr. Dean here. And
Where? Here.
He was here in New Zealand, yep. And we went, stopped for lunch. I went, okay, cool, I'm going to go try this whole Ask My Body What It Wants to Eat thing. And one of the things I don't really enjoy the flavour of is pumpkin. And we went to this little cafe, and the first food I ever ate when I met Michelle at her parents' place was pumpkin soup. I had to like it. But it wasn't actually, I don't hate it, it's like vomit material for me, but it's not my favourite flavour. But yeah, I asked my body what it would like to eat, and it chose this little samosa thing, and I went, you sure? I went, yeah. I said, it says pumpkin. I was like, yeah, I want that. So I bought that, and it was actually quite tasty for something that was pumpkin.
What?
Fancy that.
You mean your body might actually like things that you've decided that you don't like?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
So, I can feel a clearing coming on. What's
Cool.
clearing, some of you are asking, because you don't know what access is. So...
No, we're good.
So, a clearing is something that we ask a question, and it brings up an energy, and then we run the clearing statement, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, boys, shorts, and beyonds. And that is like this gigantic vacuum cleaner that comes and sucks up all that yucky energy that was created or brought up. Or
I dropped something in my drink. I'm lumping going, oh, is that a fly or what is that?
Anyway.
Bit of yummy stick.
Oh.
Yummy stick. Yummy.
Muraku.
That too.
So this big vacuum cleaner called the, or Hoover in America.
It's the kids on their tablets. That's what's that noise. Oh, okay. Sorry. Going. Is there someone trying to talk to us on Skype? Is there someone on the phone?
Oh.
Have I left the device going somewhere that they're trying to go, hey, help me, I need to talk to you. No, it's just the boys playing games. How's it getting any better than that?
How does it?
So you were talking about hoovering.
Yes. So this big giant hoover called the clearing statement comes in and sucks up all that weird, shitty energy that got brought up by the question.
Yeah.
So, how many decisions, judgments, conclusions, computations have you bought or had in this or any other lifetime about what is yummy, what you like to do, what you like to nibble on, suck on, lick, or in other ways
consume,
play with?
Mm-hmm.
That actually isn't true for your body. And everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and uncreate all that.
Yeah.
So then your body can actually show you what would be fun for it.
Yeah.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pot, all nine, boys, shorts and beyond.
And everything that doesn't allow you to have the awareness of what your body would like to eat, drink, consume, play with, lick, taste, nibble, suck. And let you have that awareness with total ease, would you be willing to destroy and create everything in the way of that?
Yes.
Times God do.
Yes.
Right, no, good and bad, pot and pot, all nine, shorts, boys and beyond. Or in short, seek, the
ninjas of consciousness.
Pokemon.
Because,
like I said, it's the access clearing statement. If you go to www.theclearingstatement.com, you can get a full explanation of what that is. Yay.
And what all those weird words mean and
how it relates.
But you don't need to understand any of it. You could even go, wow, everything that is, all those weird words those people said.
Yep.
And it would still work.
Yep.
Because it's about energy.
Yeah. Absolutely. Because, again, it's all about changing where you feel stuck. Because if you go to try something and you go, it's normally the things that go, and you just find that you can't actually do something. It's go, okay, so everything I'm experiencing right now, pock and pot, all that. Okay, and then the way to use that is to do it until you feel like you actually have a choice and that you are creating.
Choice?
Yeah, having a choice. Because that's the cool thing about this whole body thing. Like, you still have a choice about what you put in your mouth. Like, I could still have chosen not to eat the food that my body told me I wanted to eat and actually tasted yummy. The funny thing with that, though, is when you do eat the things that your body tells you it would like, they tend to taste amazingly good.
They do.
And when you eat the things that you know that you really... This is the funny thing, you actually know what you should and shouldn't eat and what's going to work for you and what won't.
No, don't know anything.
Yeah, so anyway, yes, you do. And you actually have that awareness too. So that's the only problem with being aware, because most people try and go, nothing to see here, it's big blank space, no. Rather than being what we actually are aware of is most everything around us, including what works for us in our body. So that's the thing with being more aware, is you get more aware of all the good stuff that works for you and the stuff that you've had that isn't so great for you. And the cool thing there is, once you're actually willing to be aware of it, then you can change it.
Now, there's two things when you're talking about food with your body. The first one I would recommend that you do is you make sure that you're very clear that you're asking about your body. I went for dinner with a beautiful...
Second.
Okay. Went for dinner with the beautiful Curry Glissell when I was in Houston, and she sat there and she kept asking what was she having for dinner, and she came up with the crab stuff, and then the person sitting next to her said, oh yes, I'm having that too. She's like, oh, so was that my awareness of you? Yes, it was. Okay, cool. So what else? What would my body like to have? Oh, okay, the steak. And then it turned out that was her son's body actually asking for that. And so ask your body, can you tell me what you would like to eat, please? And then you can have some clarity. And the other point of that is, the colour went really quite boring when you went here.
Because I'm quite colourful.
Anyway, so the other thing is, if you are at a restaurant, close your eyes, open the menu, open your eyes, and the first thing that your eyes, because standing up and holding things out of the kitchen doesn't really work when you're in a restaurant.
No.
The first thing your eyes rest on tends to be what your body is wanting to eat. Again, you need to ask more questions. And the next question I would ask, for me, would be, is there just one thing, or would you like the whole plate? Now, I learnt this lesson when we went out for lunch. Glenn was late arriving. I ordered, and my body's like, oh, this giant steak roll thing. And I was like, really? This is not me. This is not what I tend to like to eat. But it said, yep, that's what we want. And when it came, it had this little side dish of caramelized onion. And that is what my body wanted. Not the steak, not the roll, not the lettuce, not the avocado, not the chutney. It wanted the caramelized onion. Luckily, when Glenn arrived, he ate the rest of my sandwich because that's all I wanted, and I was nice and full, and it was lovely. So ask your body for everything and actually get clarity about what it is that your body is actually after.
Yeah, the other trick to that is to, if you need to cover that side of the, we're in reverse land over there, cover the prices if you have to. Would you actually be willing to buy the food that would work for your body, rather than look at the price, then look at what you're going to, then choose what you can afford to eat? And
also be willing to ask, hey, look, I see you've got caramelized onions here. Can I just have a bowl of caramelized onion and a bowl of lettuce? And, just because it says that this menu item comes with this, what if you were willing to actually ask for what you and your body actually desire? And that's a whole nother conversation. We're actually running out of time, Glenn. We've got 11 minutes left.
Yes.
So, we've covered, who does this belong to?
Who does this belong to? Me.
Light and heavy.
Light and heavy. Oh, yes, light and heavy. That's really handy for lots of things. Yep.
Because what's light for you is what's right for you, and what's heavy for you is a lie for you. What's right for me might be different to what's right for Glenn. So
here's the biggest. If I could leave anything with you from this little introduction about having a talk to your body and finding out what works for you, is that A, it's doable. B, it might actually take some time. So please be willing to mess up completely, to buy a meal at a restaurant and afterwards go, wow, that was terrible. When we go out for eat food, we wander around town. We have a little restaurant-y area type thing, and we wander around and go, buddy, where would you like to eat? And then we look at the menus and some place lights up. It's really quite funny because when we do that, we tend to get good food. When we just pick somewhere or we're going somewhere with somebody, we're going to this restaurant, it doesn't always work out the greatest, but still you tend to find the thing that works for you on that menu, which is kind of cool. But please be willing to actually mess this up, to go, buddy, what do you want to eat? And just, oops, that was not the greatest. Because when you do that, you can then also ask yourself some more questions. You may have noticed we do a lot of this whole asking questions thing. Why? Well, because questions lead to more awareness. Whereas making a decision like I only eat food that does not have pumpkin might cut out a lot of yummy foods that do actually include pumpkin in small amounts that you don't even taste them, say. Or in large amounts where they're flavoured so nicely that you can't tell it's pumpkin. Or, you have that.
Or it's a different type of pumpkin that you've never tried before and is actually yummy and it doesn't have whatever it is that you don't like about the other sort of pumpkin.
What she said. Yeah. So, yeah, play with it, for crying out loud. I mean, you've got a body, play with the darn thing. Or something else.
Yeah.
Up to you. Yes.
And there's two things that we've cut off a lot of since we were born. I don't know if you've noticed, but most...
Oh, it's like peeling a banana. 1 skin, 2 skin, 3 skin. No 4 skin. Yeah, maybe you had to see that skit. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
It was funny. It's funny in my head anyway. So
yeah.
Up to you. That might be one of the things you've cut off. I don't think we have any clearings for that, but I have heard of a doctor that saved all the foreskins from all the circumcisions he'd ever done. made his wife a handbag that turned into a travel bag when you stroked it. Anyway, as you're saying, two things we've cut off.
Two things are our willingness
possibly
to choose for ourselves. When we were little kids, we would go, nah, don't like that, and spit it out. And our parents would force it back in. It's good for you, eat it.
There were starving children in India. No, send it to them then.
And so there's our willingness to be aware of what's actually right for us, because we're told by the adults around us who we thought actually know what they're talking about, that it's good for us and we should eat it and it's blah, 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 blah. The other thing that was cut off is our willingness to play.
Yep.
And to be wrong. And they're two separate things, but I think two, so I'm lumping them together.
Yeah, there's an introduction, that'd be fine. Just mess themselves up and with that, and they have to come to class and properly potted until you're perfect. Yep, all because of us. This whole willingness to play and be wrong thing is really cool. We went for a dinner at to friends in Aussies, and he was telling us about one night. He's a chef and he loves playing with food and all this sort of stuff. Not just chef's what he's good at. He's actually a tradie too, gourmet tradie. Check him out. Yeah, Brendo. And he said, this is pretty cool, but no, I've gone out and spent like $250 on a meal and bought all these amazing ingredients, and then we got towards the end of getting it all ready, tasted it, went, this is crap, we're going to McDonald's.
I think they ordered pizza, actually.
They ordered pizza, yeah, but it was the same. We live 6 houses up from McDonald's, so, every now and then we go up there and buy some food and remind ourselves why we don't eat McDonald's very regularly. Yeah. Good times.
Your body might choose McDonald's.
And what if that's not wrong?
What if it is not wrong?
Yeah.
And what if nothing is wrong and nothing is right and everything is just a choice? So would you be willing to play? Would you be willing to start to acknowledge your body and what it likes and what it doesn't like, and also allow it to change its mind? Dun, dun, dun. Because, bodies actually are aware of things like whether the food in the kitchen is fresh.
Yeah. And
it may go, no, we're not having a lettuce salad. There is no way we're having a lettuce salad. And you order the lettuce salad anyway, and it comes, and the leaves are a bit brown and manky looking. And the body's going, see, told you. But the very next day, they've just had a fresh shipment of lettuce come in, and it's a yummy lettuce, and it's going, ooh, lettuce, we like lettuce, give me lettuce. And you're like, you don't like lettuce. You told me yesterday you don't like lettuce. You must be wrong. You can't like lettuce because you told me yesterday you don't like lettuce. What if there is no right or wrong? And what if every 10 seconds can be different?
Yep. And I seem to remember Gary talking about a time in his life where he ate watermelon for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a while. And then next thing you know, he didn't want to eat watermelon again for ages. What if it's not wrong? What if it's just you're craving something because there's something in that food that your body really requires, and that's how you're going to get it, and it knows you can get it from that, and why not? Give it a shot. Worst case scenario, what happens?
You put it in your mouth and it tastes like ass shit, and you spit it out.
Yeah, and then you would force yourself to eat that for what reason?
Oh, that's the other tool.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. If you are eating something and it tastes orgasmic and it's really yummy, and that first mouthful was so delicious. Oh, dribble. And then the second mouthful, it's just as good, if not better. Oh, yum. Yeah, Harry Met Sally type stuff.
Yep.
And then by the fifth mouthful, it tastes like cardboard. Don't keep eating to try and get that taste back. It's changing flavour might be a message from your body.
Yeah. What if you actually require to eat way less than what you've ever been told? And how would you know that? Well, because you might listen to your body. And once, as Michelle said, once that food stops tasting amazing, it might just be that your body's had enough. Or it might want something else. It might need to cleanse the palate with a bottle of Corona or something. Okay?
So what if you were to take 3 bites of everything on your plate and eat them totally present?
Different mouthfuls though. Can't fit the last bite in.
I need 2 more mouthfuls of this one.
Wouldn't be fitting meat. Yep.
So what if you were willing to try each thing that's on your plate and eat it with presence, and then have another mouthful, and when it stops tasting yummy, stop eating that bit and move on.
Yeah.
And when your body stops liking anything on the plate, it might be because it's full.
Yeah. In fact, it's really quite amusing the number of times now with this awareness of what my body likes and stuff like that. If it's asking whether it's hungry or not, I walk past a hot bread shop, and the smell wafts out. I think they have blowers that, rather than going out through the ceiling, they actually go out and blow it into the wall so that you smell the hot bread and stuff like that. I walk past and go, that smells amazing. And then, what, are you actually hungry? Nope. In fact, the smell's all I required.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't actually require to go in and buy a piece of bread and eat it to get what your body wanted from that. Just the smell was all that was required. I actually find that with another takeaway chain, which we don't eat very regularly, and every time we do eat, we sort of go, that's why we don't eat this.
That, yeah.
Yep. It was really nice, that first few mouthfuls.
Dun, dun, dun.
Who knew?
Who knew?
Us, apparently.
So, in our last minute, Glenn, what would you like people to take away from this intro to changing your life and body?
Well, we've talked a lot about starting to build a relationship with your body, and that can also apply to if you've got something that's physically going wrong with your body as well. You start using those 4 questions. What is this? What do I do with it? Can I change it? And if so, how do I change it? I mean, that's an entire other topic as well. So we sort of don't have time to go into all that. But if you do have specific questions or anything like that, hey, flick us an email, or flick us an email, because I don't know how the hell else you contact us unless you got our website and there's stuff there. So you can do that instead of flicking us an email. And we can also, might be some little pointings in the right directions, but it all actually does come back to that in this relationship with your body. And so when you go, oh, buddy, what is this? And it goes, what is button? You can actually, okay, what's it going to take? Can we change it? Yes. What's going to take to change it? And you might actually get the awareness of a surgery or a doctor or something. But at least it puts you into that place of asking questions rather than jumping to a conclusion of what I've got to pay and live this with life.
Because as soon as you come to answer or conclusion or make a decision, which is why we did the decisions, judgments, conclusions before, as soon as you do that, it cuts off any other awareness that doesn't match that decision. So if you're willing to just keep asking questions and say, oh, okay, I've had an awareness about this surgery. Really quick story about that. Aiden, our oldest, he was having some leg pain, and he's a grown boy, he's 12, everyone just said, oh, it's growing pains. And I asked the questions, what do we do with this? Can we change it? And I got the awareness of an osteopath. Now, we don't have a local osteopath that we've used in the past or that we like or anything like that. We don't have a family osteopath. So I Googled it, and I came up with 4 osteopathic clinics around town. And I said to Aiden, okay, so now I have a point of view about one of them. I've been to see her, and I personally didn't like her. Anyway, so I said to Aiden, right, okay, ask your body, which of these 4 osteopathic clinics would you like to go to? And he picked the one that I have a point of view about. Okay, what's right about this I'm not getting? He asked his body, let's go with his awareness. What does she know that nobody else knows, or what's she willing to contribute here? And so I rang up to make an appointment, and she was full, but she had somebody else working for her, and he is amazing. So I said to Aiden, well, she's not available. Do you want to go with this other guy? He's like, yeah, that feels good. Okay, cool. And he's so good with Aiden. He's got his own son, a couple of years older. He's fun, he's playful, and he just doesn't take things seriously. And it really worked for us. So by not having a point of view about what Aiden chose for his body, we were actually able to find somebody. Because I could have said to him, look, we've got these 3 osteopaths in town, and not told him about this other clinic. And we'd have missed out on catching up with this person that is just lovely. I like him a lot. Anyway, so be willing to ask questions, be willing to put your decisions, judgments, conclusions aside, and follow what your body would like. And our website is www.accessu.info. You can't put your hand under it, really.
No,